Hey guys, it's Full Cuts here, live direct from Quebec. Yeah, I thought I'd mix it up, man. I mean, I've been watching these contemporary breakers, these millennial breakers, Gen Z breakers, I'm Gen X, gamble on really expensive boxes, and they monetize because they entertain. I'm not knocking it, it's just how the algorithms work. So people want to monetize, they have to entertain, and they have to gamble. So I'm pushing back, and I'm just trying to discover products that make sense. So I thought I'd dig into baseball, even though I haven't broken a box of stuff since literally the 80s, 90s, I guess. So in front of me today, guys, a box of 2021 Topps Archives Baseball. So let us drop the mic on some balls and strikes. Let's do it, guys. Configuration: 8 cards per pack, 24 packs per box, 192 cards total. Base set are 1 through 300. And what's so cool about it, the reason I chose this product is it actually has these retro looking cards. It has cards that harken back to the 1957, 62, 73, 83, 91, 2001, and 2011 Topps. And they even project into the future, which this is supposed to be their 2091. They're projecting, so it's kind of weird. Parallels are parallels. There's the rainbow foils and the greens and silvers and the reds and the red hot foils and the blue foils and the orange hot foils, which I think are numbered to 15. There are one of one foil fractors, one of one. So very cool stuff. Within a box break, guys, I'm gonna run through really quickly. 2 autos, 4 of the 1963 Topps peel-offs, which used to be stickers. I don't think there's stickers in here. 4 1991 Topps Bazooka Shining Stars, 1 of the 1994 Topps draft picks, 3 2001 Topps Never Forgottens, and 4 movie poster cards. There is a box topper with a movie poster, and then there are cards of those movie posters. I, of course, would be looking for, you know, the Yankees, because I'm a Yankees fan. Used to be an Expos fan, a bit of a Blue Jays fan, but mostly a Yankees fan now. So yeah, bang, bong, bing. And the other key thing about it, guys, and I'm gonna miss them because I can't do it off the top of the dome. And of course, look at that, we hit the Murderers Row. That's awesome. We hit the Yankees poster. I probably would not know, I mean, I don't know off the top of my head all the variations, but this product is really about variations. There's logo variations, like there's a Vlad Sr. instead of Vlad Jr. In the logo, and there's other ones. I think there's one of Ohtani with a pitcher logo and with a batter's logo, so really cool stuff. This is really just a ton of fun, guys. The key thing, guys, is there are 2 autos guaranteed, and I hit the Lou Gehrig and the Babe Ruth posters, so that's wicked. That's exactly what I'd want to hit. You wonder, why would I become a Yankees fan? Well, I live in New York for the most part. I don't know, have you guys been to a Mets game? It's just like it's golf clapping. It's not my thing. Anyways, so let's do it, guys. Let's rip, roll, roar. There is an Andy Pettitte auto. There's some pretty good ones. There's a Chipper Jones. I think there's an Edgar Martinez, Greg Maddux, Ichiro auto. So there's some good ones you can hit. I would want like a Johnny Bench or like a Ken Griffey or Larry Walker or something like that. Mike Schmidt would make me really happy, but we'll see. I might just get some contemporary pitcher. We'll see. So there's Rosario. So these are all going back to, I know that these are the 83 ones. I think these would be 73. Is that what these are? But anyways, I should be able to remember them. I did remember a bunch of them, but really, really cool look and feel. And Lou Brock, really, really wicked looking cards, guys. So I'm not going to stop on all of them because there's just too many cards. There is a DJ LeMahieu. There will be rookies that I'll miss. So basically, there's a ton of rookies within here as well. So this would be one of the Bazooka Joe Shining Star inserts. These are like, I think, the 2011s. And this one of my men, Giancarlo Stanton, would be the 2091 ones. Really ugly, unfortunately, like super ugly. So I've been watching the hockey playoffs. That's what I've been up to recently. I actually had the Leafs going far for some reason. I actually had St. Louis over the Wild. I just think they're more weather tested, but we'll see how it goes. I expect one of the teams, Toronto or Edmonton, to break through, but we'll see how it goes, guys. So this, I think, is the 50s look as well. Rivera actually went to his Hall of Fame induction. There's Randy Johnson. These are so cool looking. I love these wooden looks as well. Gonzalez. And as I said, there's a bunch of rookies within here. And Garcia. So I think those wooden ones would be the 1962 look. Very typical of the late 50s, 60s look, I think. There's Frank Thomas, Freddie Freeman, Gonzalez, Robin Yount. So there are a lot of these old school players, our first auto, guys. And it's Ron Washington. Look at that. What a cool, that is a beautiful old school Ron Washington auto. What? So that one is from the late 70s and early 80s. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm happy that I hit one of the more retro ones. That's really cool looking auto. Beautiful. And these are from other years as well. The autos, they sort of use other years too. I love it. So we hit our first auto. We'll see how many we receive. We're supposed to receive 2, in fact. There's our Yank Rizzo. There's Joe Carter. Kent Herbeck. And so this is one of the poster ones that is reduced to a card. And all these other ones, I'll just roll through them, guys, because there's just way too many packs. I can't stop and stand on every single one. And in the NHL playoffs, actually not sure, I'm not convinced Florida's going to go far, just because teams that are deemed contenders in their first year often get dismissed early. Pretty cool to see the George Brett. And there's Fernando Tatis Jr. So these are the peel-offs, really cool. Normally these are stickers, but I don't believe those are actual stickers. Yeah, so every year in the NHL playoffs, there's a early dismissal by a contender. It happens every year, so you just have to guess who's going to be this year. There's just parity, really, so it's hard to know. There's Vlad Guerrero. That is really nice looking. I'd like to hit DeAndre Dawson as well. And this Thurman Munson, who's a legend in New York, is one of the green parallels. So is it numbered is the question. I don't think it's numbered. And that obviously is a green parallel. Hank Aaron and Miguel Cabrera. Oh, I see it. So it's supposed to be numbered to 125, and there it is. I didn't see it initially, but it's right there. It's hard to see. 97 of 125. Yeah, so that is one of the higher numbers. There's rainbow foils numbered to 150, which would be the highest numbering. The lowest numbering, again, would be the foil fractors or the oranges or the blues. There's Acuna Jr. And yeah, man, just kind of roll through the Molina. There's Luke Voigt, Duke Schneider. Duke Schneider, oh man, reminds me of my mom when I see him. And look at this, the family. So that'd be Dave Parker, Willie Stargell, Manny Sanguin. And yeah, man, I love this. He used to put, Stargell hit the longest long ball in the Olympic Stadium, and they turned the seat into a yellow seat. But he used to give people stars and put it on their flat top hats as rewards for doing well. They were a really, really cool team. There's Garrett Cole. And there is Reggie Jackson with the A's. That's a nice looking card. I love it. And Roy Campanella. I mean, man, look at that. They have all the old school ones. I do have a Yogi Berra jersey. That's the jersey I wear to games. Gary Sheffield. I mean, there's some nice old school names in here, man. And this, of course, would be one of the Bazooka Joe inserts. And there's Frank Robinson. There we go. So here we go. We have the 1950s Andre Dawson. That is really cool looking. And there's Mike Yastrzemski. I think he's the grandson of Carl. And there we have the Chisholm Jr. And look at this really cool parallel. So this bad boy is numbered only to 50. So we hit a really cool one of Chisholm Jr., not a bad one to hit. And it is just a wicked parallel. So those would be, by definition, I think the red hot foils. I haven't been looking at the logos. I really should, because the logos will dictate whether or not they're variations. That I'm gonna have to figure out post facto. It's too complicated. There's Bo Bichette to figure all those. DeGrom and Deion Sanders, Neon Deion. My God, Neon Deion. One of the most outspoken football players and ball players in the history of our games. Ernie Banks. These are really cool looking. I just love these. Oh, wow. Our second one is Dontrelle Willis. And these are the 1970, what are they, 1973 or 1975? I totally remember these cards. I have some of these cards. And it's numbered only to 25. Wow. It's numbered only to 25. That's spectacular. What was the other auto number to? Was it numbered to anything? That is really wicked. That is so cool. So I think because it's numbered to 25, by definition, it's considered a blue, and thus the blue in the background. That is really cool. A former Rookie of the Year was he. So he was lights out early in his career, so really interesting to hit that. I like it, guys. I actually like that. All right, continuing on, we'll roll through them as best we can. Crawford. There's another one of the Shining Stars. Jim Palmer. And Ted Williams, but the 2091 version. And George Springer, who is freaking superstar. Let's continue on, guys. John Smoltz, I think he's one of the better announcers, actually. And there's Joe Morgan. And the Boys of Summer, so this would be the Brooklyn Dodgers. Jackie Robinson, Duke Snider, Roy Campanella, Pee Wee Reese. Jackie Robinson played in Montreal. Came up with the Royals, where he was pretty much accepted. Tony Gwynn, so his rookie card I think would be the 1983 rookie card along with Sandberg. There's Gary Sanchez. And this is another one of these. It's a rookie peel-off. And there's Carlos Delgado and the Carl Yastrzemski, the grandfather. All right, we have Kohei Arihara. Continuing on, there's Johnny Bench. I really wanted to hit a Johnny Bench auto. That would be bonkers. Jimenez, and yeah, and Kirby Puckett. Kirby Puckett died young. Yeah, I think there's such variety to these cards. To me, the big benefit again would be the variations if you can figure out which are which. Bryce Harper, Tim Salmon. There's Ferguson Jenkins, a Hall of Famer. Dave Winfield, I love it, in the old school uniforms, the original old school uniforms. And there is Justin Turner, and so we're hitting all their big dudes. And Odor, and there's the Aaron Judge, the 1950s Aaron Judge. Gary Carter, my man, wicked to see him. Died of a brain tumor. He's called the Kid his entire career, because he really was like a big kid. I think it's one of those, it's like Sid the Kid, it's one of these ones that stick even as you get old. Abreu, Jones, another one of the Shining Stars, Wong and Kyle Hendricks. Last few packs, guys, 4 packs of this stuff. Just really, really fun stuff. This is really the type of stuff that we used to have as kids with all the, just a ton of cards, put it that way. I love these 1983 cards, they look the nicest. There's Bob Gibson. All right, and Kyle Schwarber. Last 2 packs. I would like to hit, what would really be cool is to hit one of the Vlad Guerreros, one of the juniors and Vlads on the same card. That's one of the better variations. Look at that Mike Schmidt. Nice. Another one from my era that I'd like to hit, and there's Gleyber Torres. Topps Archives. Topps Archives. Mark McGuire, Mr. Asterisk. Yeah, there's Gurriel Jr. With his flow. And another one there's Acuna Jr., and this would be one of the peel-offs. Dick Allen and Josh Donaldson now on your Yankees. I still think he's money. I really like him. I've always liked him. I just like his attitude. And I saw him live in Toronto, and yeah, I really like the guy. All right, and look at the Lou Gehrig. A nice Lou Gehrig, Topps 40. Very cool. Grisham, Sam Huff, and we have the Big Red Machine. So this would be all those cats, man. You have the Morgan, and you have the bench, and you have Tony, and you have all these guys. They were Dave Concepcion. So there you go. Really nice. There's Tony Perez, George Foster, that's one, and Ken Sr., of course. Ken Sr. Very cool, man. And there's Ryu. Nice to see him. And this is one of the 2091 cards. And Bobby Dalbec. So that's basically it, guys. Really interesting, diverse break of this stuff. Guaranteed a couple hard sign autos, one number to 25, which I don't mind at all, and an old school one, and man, and a couple of really cool parallels. So interesting product, definitely recommend it. The price point isn't too hefty. Yeah, man, just trying to do something a bit different. Banging box of baseball. Topps, man. Props to Topps. I play full cards. Please be sure to ring the bell, guys, if you don't know my channel, Mostly Hockey Guy. Be sure to sub, like, #driving, because I'm giving away a box of hockey cards very soon. And yeah, full cards live and direct from a place called Montreal, Quebec. Don't stop till you get it.